So, on your Cornell notes from yesterday, write this down. Copy exactly what I do. Here we go. That's not that. Okay. All right, copy this down. So we have a coordinate plane. You don't add any numbers to it. You're taking notes on your Cornell notes, right, from yesterday. So, it's not an example. This is just, I'm giving an explanation. Here we go. So you copy this coordinate plane, and I'm going to ask you to place 2 points. Here we go. First point, right here. Second point, right here. Okay? So we place 2 points, and we're going to label this first one point 1, and the second one we're going to label it point 2. So one of the things that I would ask you to do for point 1, we're going to write a coordinate. So I'm going to open up a parenthesis, and I'm doing point 1 in red. So since I didn't give you any numbers, I know that this one is X and this one is Y. Is that correct? All right. For point 2, I'm going to open up parentheses with blue. And that one, I know that this is X and this is Y. Okay? However, if you were to tell somebody, and you're going to turn, and since you talk to your neighbor and let them know, tell them the coordinates of point 1. Give them the coordinates, please. Okay, there is a coordinate. The coordinate is x, y. However, isn't that the same coordinate for point 2? Okay, so check this out. So in order to distinguish one from the other, being that this is point 1, check this out. This is what mathematicians do. If we look up, we label this with a sub 1, sub 1. So if that's true for this one, if this is point 1, coordinate x sub 1, y sub 1 for point 1, what am I going to write for this one? X sub 2, y sub 2. Are we there? Now, yesterday I asked you to read ahead into the lesson for the last part, which they gave you a formula. Okay? Which I'm pretty sure you went home and you did by yourself, right? However, let me clear this up really quick. And I need you guys to pay attention. Pens down, eyes up here. Now, we just went over an example from the warm-up. If we look up. So now, those of us that read ahead should already have the pattern. Those of you that didn't, here we go. So pay attention. Now, in order to get this number of my slope for my y, I look at my y values here for this coordinate and this coordinate. Look at them. You're looking at the screen, not me. Look at these two numbers, and that gave me 9. Now, for the x value, I look at this number and this number to get this. So think about it. What's happening to these two numbers to get that, and to these two numbers to get that? Think about it first. What happened to these two numbers to get this, and to these two numbers to get that? Okay? Discuss it with your neighbor. What's happening? All right. Who saw that we subtracted 14 from 5 to get 9? And who saw that we subtracted 11 from 4 to get 7? So basically, guys, everybody look up. We subtracted 2 numbers to get the numerator and 2 numbers to get the denominator. What 2 numbers did we subtract at the top? The 2 y values, didn't we? And what values did we subtract to get the 7? To the 2 x values, right? However, check this out. 14 minus 5. Didn't I subtract first the second point from the first point? 14 minus 5. How about 11 minus 4 to get 7? Did we subtract the second point from the first point? Yes. So everybody look up, please. Think about it. If I was to sketch a line please with me. I'm going to sketch a blue line through those points. All right, here we go. So check this out. Everybody look up, please. Pens down, eyes up here. So, in order for me, if I was to ask you to get the slope from here, everybody look up to the screen, please. To get the slope, I know that slope is m. Here it goes again. What did I do to these two numbers? What operation? Subtract. So therefore, I subtract the both y values here. Where did I start? Let's see. I started with the second point, and I subtracted from the first point, didn't I? So therefore, what is my first y value? y1. What is my second y value? So for this second point, I need to write it first, don't I? So this one becomes y sub 2 minus, what is the other one? Y sub 1. And therefore, over, what is my first x value? We got x sub 2 minus x sub 1. And this is the formula for the slope, in order to find the slope. And that's how we get that formula. Okay? So with that said, I want you on your graph to extend this line a little bit more, and I'm going to give you 2 points. I want you to copy these points, please. I'm going to do those points in red. I'm going to do this one and this one right here. The coordinates for this point is -5, -9. And the coordinates for this point is -2, -3. So, let's label these. Now check this out. Some of us get confused as to which one is which. Which one is point 1, which one is point 2. So everybody pay attention, please. So check this out. If I was to scan this using my pencil, and I'm going to scan it from left to right, the very first point I encounter will be my first point. What's my first point? -5, -9. Every time I'm going from left to right, and my second point is what? -2, -3. Everybody understand that? So check this out. So in order for me not to forget, I'm going to label it. Here it goes. This is x sub 1, and this is y sub 1. Therefore, this is what? X sub 2, and this is y sub 2. We there so far? So now we just get our formula. Check this out. I'm going to rewrite the formula down here in blue. M equals the negative. The subtraction doesn't change on both, on the numerator or denominator. So let's see. Let's use a formula. Y2 minus Y1. What is Y2? -3. What is Y1? -9. Okay? Since there's 2 negatives here, I put that in a parenthesis. Now let's look at the x. What is x2? -2. And what is x sub 1? -5. And I write that in the parentheses. So therefore, let's see. What is a negative times a negative? Positive. Here it is. Positive. And this one, negative times a negative, is a positive. So now let's simplify that. -3 plus 9, 6. -2 plus 5, 3. Can we simplify that? Yes, this becomes 2 over 1. We need to leave it in a fraction form from now on. Okay? So m, our slope is m equals 2 over 1. Okay? Right. So make sure you leave it in fraction form. And pretty much like I said, you guys read ahead, and I know you guys use the formula to find the slope, but this is just explaining where we get the formula from. Did everybody understand where we got it from? Yes? All right, so with that said, all right, so